Welcome back, traders. This is Sandra with Trading Made Simple, and today we're going to talk about our 0 DTE SPX strategy. We've been doing this now for a bit. People are starting to really grasp on to this new formula. Our success rate has been great. We're going to go over our trades in just a moment. So let's talk about why 0 DTE. Well, 0 DTE is 0 days to expiration. And what's nice about that is the trade is done. You put it on in the morning, it's done in the afternoon. There's no overnight risk. You're not sweating it. So what is the next thing? What are we trading? We're trading SPX specifically. SPX specifically. It's because it's an index, there's no worry about being assigned. You could actually allow the trade to expire worthless and you receive the full credit. And then, how much money can you possibly make on this trade? Well, between 50 to $1.25, which is $50 to $125 for each contract, right? For each contract. So one trade a day, 20 days. So you can just think about that, and you're averaging about $1,500, of course, depending on your loss rate, etc. And we're going to show you that as well. So believe it or not, you could do that with just one contract. But are there people doing more? Absolutely. So take a look at this. We got Jim today showing us that he did 10 contracts. And this is great because so many people ask me a question about, well, how much money can you make if you do 3 contracts or 5 contracts or 10 contracts? And so I'm going to show you what that looks like as well. If you have a larger portfolio, you're in the right place. If you're just a beginner and you have $500 or $1,000 and you want to put one of these trades on, you can do that as well and just do one contract. So really up to your portfolio size. And then let's talk about risk. So really, if you have a large account, you really only want to risk 1 to 5% of your portfolio size per trade, okay? And then for a smaller portfolio, you're really wanting to risk between 5 and 20% because you're going to need that amount to just put on one trade as an example. So that really is standard risk parameters for options trading if you didn't already know. All right, so let's get back over to Gamma. And why am I on Gamma? Well, I should change my name from Option Sandy to Sandy Gamma because I really enjoy Gamma. I've been on top of Gamma as soon as it's come out. And the definition of Gamma is really about the market makers hedging their position. And so the market makers are taking in all of our, as well as the institutions, trades. And so they're not in the business to bet on the trade, whether it's going to go up or down. What they need to do is stay delta neutral. And what that means is, hey, look, I just want to stay neutral, and the institutions, or excuse me, the market makers are just making their money off the bid and the ask spread. That's it. Okay. So now that you have that in your mind, you can understand that when they're taking our trades, they have to hedge. And the way they do that is by selling puts and buying stock or buying ETFs, buying the indexes. And so, of course, the machine does it all for them, right? And so what ends up happening is then that ends up being the volume in the market and price magnet towards that. However, you get what I'm saying. The price ends up being a magnet towards the larger volumes in the market. And we can now see that so easily and identify it that it makes perfect sense. So let's talk a little bit first about the SPX trade. It's a credit spread. And let's go up to our logs. So let's talk about our results. So here's our trade tracker. And we started to give out these trades in September. And when we started, we were doing a credit spread as well as an iron condor. And we never had a drawdown, but we kind of at this point kind of broke even, and I wasn't really happy with, we were getting like a 72% win rate. And remember, we have a very risk-defined strategy here. It's 3X. We never roll the trades. We never there's no management to it. This strategy is about putting this on an auto trader bot, letting it trade for you, and you not having to manage it at all. And in any event, we did develop this kind of like easy flow or moderate flow. So easy flow means that it was really easy to hold a trade. Maybe got one time our credit received as being negative, but it was easy to hold. So if we got $1 credit, we might be at a $1 a loss, but it wasn't major. And then moderate means, oh well, we actually got to 2x or a little above, and that was a little harder to hold. And so as you can see over here, we mostly have easy flow days. We had a moderate flow day here. We had an easy flow day even though Powell was speaking. We had a gamma squeeze, so that's definitely easy flow. So we had an entire month of wins based on this new formula. And so, this is a probabilities game. We were bound to have a loser. We took the loss 3 times. We don't go past that because it's very easy to make up and still keep your profits. And we give you an example with one trade. So what does this look like if you have a larger portfolio and you want to put 3 trades on or 5 trades? What I did was a couple days ago when they were asking, I posted these snapshots. So you start off with a $2,000 account, you have 3 contracts, and this is where you would be, 7,900, 297% profit in that time period. Bump up the margin account because you need a little bit more to do 5 contracts. Bump it up to 2,500. Now you're at $12,430, a 397% gain. And how about for the person who's doing 10 contracts? That person starts off with about $5,000 in margin and is up to $24,860, 397% profit. And that was from, and we took in consideration all the trades, not just when we changed the formula. Our Excel starts from September 22nd to present. So very good track record on this strategy. And we give these trades out every day, and I'm going to show you how to do the trade right now. So now let's get back over to Gamma. So let's talk about Gamma for just a second, because this is really an important tool that I think a lot of people just don't utilize. And we utilize this for everything that we do in our 0 DTE SPX trade. So the first thing we want to do is identify where price is right now at the time that we're going to take the trade. And then we're also going to look at 0 gamma. 0 gamma is point of control, and anything above point of control is bullish, everything below it is bearish. Now the 2 items that we're looking at for support and resistance is the major negative and the positive positive. So negative is support, positive is resistance, and it is by volume. And when we take a look at this, we can see that support, which is negative, is at 45.79, and positive, which is resistance, is at 45.90. And you can see that price was basically like, right in the middle of it. So the thing that we take into consideration and we have to evaluate is when we're taking our 20 delta, because that's standard in the industry, 20 delta credit spread, we're selling this. Are we inside support and resistance, or are we on the outside? If you have any type of training or education on credit spreads, you know that when you're selling a 20 delta credit spread, you always want to be outside of support or outside of resistance, depending on which one you're taking, right? So if that's the case, we're using it here in this strategy as well. We're utilizing gamma for support and resistance. We're utilizing a point of control as 0 gamma. We're choosing our direction based on that from price. And then we're also placing our credit spread either above or below. If you're liking this type of content and you're still here with me, I think I forgot to say, like, subscribe, and share. I really do appreciate you supporting my channel. And if you're looking for some help on doing these 0 DTE trades, come on over to our Discord. We give out these trades every single day. And we also live stream free on Fridays. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'm mentioning it. But just know in the future, we have free Friday live stream, and we talk about this trade and we give it out each and every Friday as well. So I hope you'll join us. I hope this information was helpful to you. And we will see you in the next video.